Welcome back to more Lord of the Rings Online. I am continuing my adventure to revisit some of the older regions where I could not complete all of the quests at the time, so I'm knocking some off of the checklist for now. So I'm here in Ered Luin, and I have to say that I have already recorded lots of bits and pieces from different areas, such as the Lowlands and Bree-land and all that, in order to make these episodes, and I realized that I made a mess of things. So I recorded all these little bits and pieces with the intention of stitching them together into an episode, and while I'm still going to do that, I realized that I made it very messy. So these next few episodes are going to be sloppily kind of stitched together. I do apologize, I didn't plan ahead too much in order to make these episodes flow a little better, so I hope you don't mind them being a little bit scattered and not making too much sense in terms of continuity, but I hope you can forgive me for that. So I am here in Ered Luin. There are a few quests that I missed, mainly vector quests. So for example, I am here to do the quest Gondamon to Bree-town. So this quest becomes available at level 13, but it becomes unavailable if you have done the quest Bree-town to Trestlebridge or from the Shire to Bree-town. So I think I had done the from Shire to Bree-town, and so therefore this quest was not available to me, so I'm going to artificially recreate it. So I am, where am I? I am here. I am here in Gondamon, in Ered Luin. And if you come here to Askel, if you are eligible for the quest, he would say, "You've done good, Kippen, but there's a whole wide world out there for you to explore. And if you want to start somewhere, Bree-town is as good as any place to start. Go east until the Blue Mountains are far behind. It's a long journey, so be sure to pack plenty of supplies. The Shire folk may be able to offer your assistance on your travels. When you arrive in Bree, make sure you seek out the mayor of the town. If there's work to be found, he'll know where to find it." Alright, so that's where you pick up the quest, and then eventually I'll make my way over to Bree-town to complete it. Okay, so I'm here in beautiful, the Bree Town Hall. That's where the mayor is. Let's go inside. Mr. Mayor, Mr. Mayor. There he is. The beautiful mayor. So if I were to talk to him, he would say, "From the Blue Mountains, you say? Well, friend, that must have been quite an adventure. Welcome to Bree." And at this point, the quest Gondamon to Bree-town would complete. Alright, next up for Ered Luin, there's another quest here, which is a vector quest to Eregion. And you can talk to any of these explorers from Eregion to grant you the quest. There are multiple of them throughout Middle-earth. However, this quest is listed as an Ered Luin quest for whatever reason, so I figured I would just do it now, and I would utilize the NPC roaming around here inside of Thorin's Hall. You can see right past the big statue, this character, Nestel, just roams around. So if I were to talk to Nestel, she would give me the dialogue, "Greetings, Warden. We have recently received word from our scouts that the outpost Gwingris in Eregion is in need of experienced adventurers like yourself. Head to Eregion and look to the northwest. There you will find our main outpost of Gwingris. When you get there, look for the elf Dagonon." Alright, there you go. So, I will meet you in Eregion momentarily. Alright, so as I'm trying to make my way over to Eregion, I've noticed that I think they changed the stable system somehow, because a lot of the stables that I've previously unlocked are locked again. Like, look, it's blue over here. I just don't understand. So I figured I would show myself unlocking these stables. I've noticed there are some other regions in the game that have also kind of not really unlocked the stables for me.
Greetings to you.
Yeah, why is this guy still, like, blue even though I just clicked? It doesn't make any sense. I don't know what they did with the stable system. Who knows? But off to Gwingris I go. And by the way, the reason I wasn't able to complete this quest initially is because you can only accept this quest between levels 48 and 52, otherwise it becomes locked. Which doesn't make much sense to me, but such is the way of the game. So here is the elf friend Dagonon, and if I were to talk to him with the quest active, he would say, "Well met, friend Warden. Are you here to help the elves of Eregion?" At which point the quest, the elves of Eregion, would complete. So most of the quests that I missed here in Bree are going to be here at the Hengstacer's farm and the stable specifically. So there are these quests here to exchange your ponies. Now, these quests are kind of weird because this was a mechanic prior to the mount rework with the Siege of Mirkwood, so they don't really serve any purpose anymore. However, apparently you can still do them. It's a little bit tricky though. I don't even know if they're possible to do. We're going to try it out. I think what you have to do is you have to get one. So for example, my bay horse.
Would you do something for me?
So you are not happy with your bay horse? Well, I can offer you an exchange, as I would not want one of my horses where it was not desired. However, this is not a decision to take lightly, so I'll give you a moment to think about this. If you're really sure you wish to exchange your horse, speak to me again and I will give you a receipt in return. You can then exchange the receipt for a different horse. Alright, so then it basically says to give your bay horse to Cam. Yeah, I really don't know how this quest works, because I have it active here, exchange my bay horse, and there's really nothing I can do with it.
What can I do?
It just says, have you made up your mind? So I don't know how to actually trigger this. Let me do a little investigation. Okay, so I think what you need to do is you need to get a duplicate of the pony. I don't know if you can do that.
What can I do for you?
Yeah, see, barring skill, so I cannot buy another one. Because these are skill-based now instead of items, so I think it is actually impossible to complete these quests. I think all of these quests are impossible to complete. So you guys let me know about this too. What do you think? Are these doable? Is there like some special trick for me to get rid of these? I don't know. Let me know. However, for now, let me do these quests here. So these quests, you may recall way back in the day I first started them. This is Discovering the Descendant quest line, and it is tied to a deed. It was part of the Rohan expansion, and the reason I stopped doing them was because at the time they would take me to regions I had not been to in the game yet, and I didn't want to do that for like spoiler purposes or whatever. And then the horsing around as well. So let's take a look at some of these and do them. Beginning with Bedbug's Bite.
I'd like to take a moment of your time.
Are you occupied? A stable help ran by on his way to finish an errand and told me the bedding of the new horse's stable needs to be replaced and as soon as possible. Unfortunately, Billy, Bobby, Lizzie, and Henry, as the stable hands I've named them, are finicky about who gets attention first, and they have a bit of a pecking order. We need to be careful to care for them in the right order, as we must not upset them too much. It seems the stable help has all of the good hay forks, and all I have left are the old brittle ones. You will only be able to use these old hay forks on the dirty hay so many times before they will break, at which point you will have to come see me again for another. Okay, interesting. So collect hay in the north field. Let's do it. Yeah, I don't really know if this counts as Bree-land quest. It's more of a separate thing. You know what? I think I need to collect hay first and then deposit it on the horse bedding. Man, I am trying to get back in the groove of things here with Lord of the Rings Online, and clearly, it's been a long time. Wonder if I need to collect 4 each time for each horse. It's nice to be back on my little original Hobbit outfit here, though. I enjoy this one. I want to do a little bit of more cosmetic stuff and kind of change it up a little bit, but I'm not very creative with that kind of stuff. Okay, so let me try this. You replace the first horse's bedding. Okay. So who is that? That was Bobby. So I don't want to do Bobby again. Okay, so I don't need to recollect the hay. That's good. Alright, next up we got Henry. That was not the right one. Okay. So I did Bobby. Bobby was definitely the first. And then we got Billy. Very good. Okay, Henry's still not the right one. So we did Bobby, we did Billy. Where are the other ones, I wonder? Let's do this on a steed, it'll be a little faster. Alright, that's the one I did. It's just a regular horse. Where's the fourth one? There we go. Lizzie. There we go. So finally, Henry should be the last one here. Sorry, Henry. You have to be last. There we go. So that shall complete my quest.
What do you need?
Thank you for taking care of the horses bedding for me. Excellent. Next up, let's do herding to the Lowlands.
Can I speak with you a moment?
The horse from Combe looks restless and needs to be taken out for a daily run. Could you go check on him? I don't remember how these session play quests work, but let's do it. Check on the horse from Combe. Oh, I think I need to go here now. Yep. To do the session play. Very good. Let's do it. Okay, so we need to head to Oscuruth. Let me remember what I have here. So rearing stomp. That's an attack. Back kick. More attacks. 100% run speed. And free trot. Armor boost. And CC breakout. Alright. So I wonder if it's almost like a chicken play quest. I'm pretty sure I did some of these way back in the day. Like when I was first going through Bree, and I think part of the reason why I stopped is because I think some of these are going to take me to different places, right? So, for example, this one, I can see if I was initially going through Bree, I hadn't been to Lowlands yet, and so I probably stopped here, right? Because I didn't want to go to Lowlands before my character had been there. I'm going to try to stay on the road mostly. I don't know how this works in terms of attacks. Although I do have pretty decent HP here, 13,000. Should actually be pretty safe. Yeah, let's just go for it. Go in through that little gap in the wall. Let me get rid of the floaty names, and you know what? This is driving me crazy too. The quest tracker kind of overlapping with the map. Alright, let's see here. Lately, I have been desiring a rare herb that I haven't tasted in ages. I used to only find it in very high places, but not where it's too cold. I believe it might be found on the highest summit in these lands, at the top of Weathertop. Could you head there and kindly gather a few herbs for me if you happen to find them? My master and I used to travel quite often, and I grew a fondness for this herb. It has been ages since he has taken me very far beyond this ruin. Maybe someday soon, we will roam Middle-earth again as we used to. Alright, so off to Weathertop for me. Okay. Yeah, let me get back on the road and then I'll activate that little speed boost. Let's do it. Must defeat ambushing Carbine. It's kind of fun to revisit some of these older regions, I think. Man, the speed feels so slow when it's not activated with the extra boost. I have not summited Weathertop in so long. That feels like a lifetime ago. How we doing here? 450 meters or so. Not too bad. I forgot how to do this. See the discount? Doesn't look like it. Alright, how do I climb this thing? Let me see if the map gives any indication. It's like maybe through there. Or through here, actually. See, these don't count, do they? Let me just kill one and see what happens. There we go. What do we get? Some stuff that we cannot take as a horse. Okay, so we're blocked here. Guess we have to go the other way. Trying not to hoard my speed boost too much. Even if it's not the most opportune time to use it, you know, I should be using it. There we go. So I guess you summon these as you take the herbs. Very lackluster combat here with the horse. There's really not much you can do with these giant cooldowns. There's not even like an auto attack. So I think for this second attack here, you have to literally be behind. Oh, wow, that is not what I wanted to do. That kind of sucks, because now he's down there. That was kind of fun. I just didn't want him to go flying off the hill, though. Because now I'm going to be stuck in combat, which is super annoying. See, but now I can hit him against the wall like that. There you go. Very interesting. It is a fun attack. The back kick is kind of fun. Just wish the cooldowns weren't this long. Or that the horse would at least auto attack, you know? Okay, take the herbs back. I can do that. Let's do it. Much easier to get down than it is to go up. I think I'm just gonna go through here. Try not to break my legs, and as I say that, I break my legs. Excellent. Okay, we're back. Thank you for appeasing my appetite of herbs that I have surely missed. My master has been busy with the important events unfolding here, but he will be happy to be reminded of our travels together when he sees these herbs. These are exactly what I was looking for. I cannot thank you enough. You may or may not know this already, but there seems to be something special about you. My master and I traveled to a lot of places in Middle-earth over the ages, and I have met many horses in my travels. Rarely have I encountered a steed of your spirit, or such an air of authority as yours. And there we go. Those are the quests. I thought he was gonna have more for me. Maybe I could only do one per day? Because I think there's like herding to the troll shaws. There's a few other ones, I believe. Yeah, I think the next quest should be gotten over here. So I think it is on a timer, unfortunately. So I'll have to do this on a daily and edit everything together. Dang it. That's frustrating. Alright, see you in a bit. Okay, let's do the next one, which is going to be the Horsefields Derby.
Could I spit with you a moment?
The horse from Combe seems restless and likely needs to be taken out for a daily run. Could you go check on him? Yes, of course. A horse? Of course. Isn't that the name of a quest here? I think there was a quest called that. Let's see what this one's going to be all about. These are my fields, and if you wish to stay here for a while, you must pass my test. Any horse that can pull his weight can make it around the eastern track in less than 5 minutes. I need you to make sure every horse in my herd can pull his weight. There will be no weak links in my chain. So I guess it's like a race quest. I just want to make sure I know where I am starting. Oh, it already started. It already started. Where am I going? That way. Oh my god, this is bad. I did not realize that the timer started before I even had a chance to talk to him. That's not good. That's not very fair. I feel like it shouldn't start until you actually continue the quest, right? And actually accept the challenge. The gates seem pretty straightforward, but now I'm concerned that there's no way I'm going to make this in time. Just because of that terrible start. Come on, horsey. How long on this? 1 minute and 15 seconds on the cooldown for the speed boost. I have a bad feeling. So we won't even get the speed boost again because the quest will be done by the time my speed boost is active. They'll kind of coincide with the timing. So I have to do this at this painful, slow speed. Can I make it? 40 seconds. How many gates are there? I have a bad feeling. There's another gate all the way up there. Is that me or do I go faster on the road compared to the grass? Eighth gate. There is a 9th gate. I've got 10 seconds. And I'm probably screwed. Yeah, there's no way. See, the gate is all the way over there. Yeah. I ran out of time because I'm trying to read the quest dialogue, okay? Come on now. Well, that is very unfortunate. It's a 2-hour cooldown. That sucks, but I went ahead and did a repeatable. I've done the Feed for the Horses quest before, so... Anyway. There's a deed to do a bunch of these, right? So I might as well do it. 2 hours. Can you believe it? I have to wait 2 hours to retry that just because I wanted to read the quest dialogue? Are you kidding me? That is frustrating, to say the least. I'll see you in an hour and 58 minutes, I guess. Alright, let's do it this time without reading the quest. And we should be fine. I hope, anyway. Man, I love that speed boost. The horse just goes so fast. It's pretty crazy. But when it runs out, it's dreadfully slow. That's alright, though. We're gonna be alright. We're gonna be alright. I think we got plenty of time to do this. Now, the other thing is if you're not on a road, you get this debuff that's minus 30%, but there's no road here. There's just no way around it, right? Like, I have to just not be on the road. Although I should be hitting the road again here pretty soon. Alright, the debuff is off. Not bad. How many gates are there? I think 9. There you go. And now it's return to the master, which I think is up here on the hill. There we go. He looks at you proudly. You seem to have proven to him that you are not a weak link after all. Excellent. All those retries for that. Very good. Completed the Horsefield Derby. Nothing here. Let's see what this guy has for me now. And looks like nothing else for now. So I need to go back to my spreadsheet and figure out what I need to work on next. Okay, today for me he has every last drop, which I believe is the last quest I need to do for the deed.
Might I take a moment of your time?
Hey, you there. Do you have a free moment? I could use your help filling the water in the horse's bucket. The trick is, Billy, Bobby, Lizzie, and Henry are finicky about who gets filled up first, as they have a bit of a pecking order. They are a little funny about who gets attention first, so we need to be careful to do them in the right order. We can't upset them too much. If you spill too many buckets of water, we'll have to cut you off from using the well for a while. We can't risk the well running dry, so we can't be too wasteful. Okay? So, where is the well? Over here, clearly. Alright, so here's Bobby. Alright. Take that. So I guess Bobby is number 1. Then who's back here? That is just a regular horse. Oh, I didn't realize the timer was like going crazy here. I don't even know where the horse is. Let me know where all the horses are. That way I don't waste a bucket. Okay, so Billy is here. And then we got Henry over here. We're missing one. We're missing Lizzie, which I guess is over there. Okay, so they're all like on the periphery. I guess... Let me start with the furthest one. Let me go with Billy next. They really don't give you that much time with the water. I mean, look at this. I'm barely going to make it. Alright, good. So he was number 2. I'll take it. Let me give the girl horse some attention. You know, I've been giving all the fellers their water. So let me try Lizzie next. Where is Lizzie? That's Henry. I couldn't find Lizzie, so you did not get to the right horse. Okay, so it's definitely Lizzie next. Alright, so Lizzie's over there. Alright, so at least I know everywhere that I need to go, so we should be fine here. I only have one more try left, but I know exactly what the last horse is, which is going to be Henry all the way over there. Let me angle my camera directly to him. And let's do it. So what was it? Bobby, Billy, Lizzie, Henry was the order. I wonder if it's random every day. Okay, very good. Very good. I think that's everybody. And I believe that's going to be my last quest here. Discovering the Descendant. Yeah, complete every last drop. So that's going to complete the deed for me.
What do you need?
Thank you. The horses seem much happier now. Excellent. And I think that once you complete that, you get one more quest that opens up to you. Now, of course, you have the horsing around deed, in which you have to do these activities a total of 60 times. And I guess you can do 2 quests per day. Herding the North Downs. Have I done that one?
Stay a moment.
Yes, I have. Okay. Cool. Let me see about discovering the Descendant, because that is a new quest.
Would you do something for me?
The horse is acting strange as of late. He keeps staring to the southeast, always focused there. It's as if something's out there waiting for him and he knows it. Favor of the Maras. Interesting, okay. Let's check out this last quest. Alright, let's see what we got. Discovering the Descendant. Let me move some stuff out of the way here so I can actually read what's going on. Approach and listen to Shadowfax and his companion. Very cool. Get rid of the floaty names. Gandalf the White and Shadowfax.
Something approaches. There is something of the Maras in this stallion. Did you summon this one here, Shadowfax? He is not a full-blooded mare, nor does he seem to have a rider. He appears to have a few of your herd's traits, Shadowfax. Is he meant to be among your herd?
Welcome back, my brother. He who rides me, Gandalf, is right to say that you are a descendant of the Maras. I summoned you here to remind you of your true home. A darkness spreads over the lands. Soon a time shall come when the herd will need to ride again. Return to us when you are ready. That was it? Alright. Interesting. That seemed a little anticlimactic, but I'll take it. I guess the main point of it is to show that this horse here is one of the Maras, which is pretty cool, I suppose.
Greetings.
So, he is eager to return to his herd? It warms my heart to hear he has received this calling. I hope to see him one day return to his true home. Excellent. There we go. And that's it. So now I have to keep doing these repeatables. Let's see, how many of them do I have left? So yeah, that's a long ways away. I need to do 43 of these, and you can do 2 per day. So we're talking about 22 days. So I'll keep doing 2 per day as much as I can, but I'm going to continue recording some of the other stuff that I need to do, and maybe even into the next season. And then hopefully by the time I have enough footage stockpiled, I'll have completed this. Alright, I started by recording a little late here, but I just finished a session play, and finally, after doing these repeatables for like a month, I completed the deed. Horsing around. Very good. So, Kip and Proud Feet, Studier of the Equine. Very good. So that took a long time, but it's fun. So one artificial quest I'm going to have to do here in Bree-land is called Spiderbane. Now this is interesting because I actually did this quest. It was one of the first quests I did in the game. It's at the very beginning of the game here in Arket. But there are two versions of it by the same exact name, but they are registered differently in the game data, so technically they are two different quests. Spiderbane is to kill the Spider Queen, Ironath, and there are two ways you can do it. So you can kill the spider and collect its head, and then bring it here to Atli Spiderbane, or you can, before killing the spider, talk to him, get the quest, and go kill the spider. So I believe when I was doing my playthrough, I killed the spider and brought its head back to Atli before I had even discussed it with him. So that's the version of the quest I completed. Now I'm going to artificially create the version if you were to talk to him first. So if before killing the spider and collecting her head, you were to talk to Atli Spiderbane over here, he would say, "The Spider Queen, Ironath by name, and her ways are known to me. She will have hidden herself in Springley's house and blocked the entrances save one. If you search the tunnels below the house, I would wager you will find a hidden passage leading to Ironath's lair. The vile thing must be slain or Arket will be overrun by her brood. Would that I were hale and could heft an axe, but that time has passed. Now the mantle of Spiderbane must pass to you, if you'll have it. I do not suggest you try to face her alone." Okay, so we know we must go to Cal Springley's farm, and I forgot to note exactly where that is. It's been a while. I guess it's at the very south there. So let's run over that way. I know you guys are like, you're crazy. You kind of already did this quest. You just did a different version of it. But you know what? It's in the game data, okay? According to LOTRO Companion, there are two versions of this quest, and I will artificially recreate this one. It is kind of arbitrary, like which quests I choose to artificially recreate and not. So for example, like the class specific or the race specific starter quests, it doesn't really make sense for me to do them on the Hobbit, right? But I don't know, we'll figure this out together. But for right now, we're gonna cross this one off the list. There should be a little trapdoor here, if I recall correctly. Somewhere around the back. You can see, like, all the spider webs here, because you can see the spiders are active. Question is, where exactly was that trapdoor? There it is. There's the cellar. Wow, I'm getting some flashbacks being back here, man. Pretty crazy. Wow. I believe that the spider is over this way. And you know what I'll do? I'll probably edit in from like the episode that I did this in, so you guys can see when I initially did the quest. I think that'll be kind of fun, right? I think it will be. Alright, where are we? Yeah, I believe she's up here somewhere. There she is. There she is. Ironath, the Dread Spider, killed in a single strike from Kippen the Warden. There you go. That's that. And with that, you would get the spider's head, and we can return to Atli the Spiderbane. Let him know that we have successfully completed the quest for a second time. Let me quickly try to get out of here and run back. Exciting stuff. Yeah, let me edit in when I initially completed this. Let me see what this little spider's all about. Ironath. Okay. Interesting. Seems to be a queen spider over here. Excellent. And I have a quest item. This brood queen is far more fearsome than any spider you have come across before and seems to be manipulating many of the events around Arket. The dwarf Atli is known as the Spiderbane. He would likely want some proof of this creature's demise. Okay, I'll definitely accept that. And what was that? Was that I guess her head. Cool. Off to the heart of Arket. Upon returning to Atli, with head in tow, he would say, "Many seeds did the Dread Weaver sow throughout our mountains. Because of you, another of those seeds has passed from the world. I owe you a great debt for Ironough's death and for my life. Accept this reward, and with it, the friendship of Atli Spiderbane." There you go. Spiderbane quest complete. Like I said, this is all kind of messy because I've been recording bits and pieces from everywhere. So I've recorded Lonelands clips and Bree-land clips and trying to make these episodes make sense. So next up, I think we're going to do some episodes in the Barrow Downs, or I should say the Great Barrow. There are some quests there that I could not do at the time, so I'm going to go back and do those. I've already recorded those. I just got to stitch them together. And yeah, so that's what you got to look forward to in the next episode. Should be fun. Thanks for watching. See you then.
Thanks for stopping by the Renaissance Gaming Monastery. I hope you join our community on Discord and Twitter. These videos are produced with a lot of hard work and love. If you think they're worth $1, I'd be grateful for your contribution. You can send a thanks donation or become a member on YouTube. You can also support through PayPal, Patreon, or even with cryptocurrency. All links are in the description. See you on the next video.